Hey, guys. Hey, sorry, I was just talking about choking a hypothetical person out. Listen, welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money and crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Today is Wednesday, August the 20th. Oh, gosh. Do I need to move that way?
Yes, it's the 18th.
August 18th. I'm living in the future. It is August the 18th, Wednesday. You guys know we come to you live every single day at 11:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you to all our viewers on the TikTok, which I think we're actually suspended from making new content there for a couple of days because they hate crypto. Yeah, until the 19th.
Because something crypto related?
Yeah, they've been removing about 30% of our videos we put up.
Really?
Yeah. For community guideline violations because they talk about crypto. So stupid. Meanwhile, they're partnering with Audius. Once again, watch what they do, not what they say.
Yep.
And they don't want, crypto content, probably getting out in front of them. I bet if we covered the Audius story, I bet they'd let that one go. Interesting.
I bet they would.
So on TikTok, we may actually be moving more away from crypto again for a little bit of time until this blows over. I do think it'll blow over. But thank you to all our viewers on Twitch. We love our Twitch content. We love the community over there. And also, we're on Facebook Live now.
Not yet.
Back on Theta today?
It is still on Theta on this stream. That's why I was asking if PJ was here.
Yeah.
So we'll get that fixed today.
So, did I start on time? People said I started on time today. Of course I start on time because on time is exactly when we start every day. Today, we got to cut the stream a little bit early, so I will be cutting out at exactly 12:40 today, Eastern Standard Time, as I'm going to be on the Michael Knowles Show on the Daily Wire.
Pretty huge.
So, yeah, how many of you guys like the Daily Wire? I like a lot of the content that they put out over there. I mean, really like Ben Shapiro, and then, of course, Candace Owens is over there. She's, very controversial. I don't know why, but...
Did they tell you when, this is a question we got yesterday,
when the Peter Schiff interview's out?
Yeah.
No, they did not tell me that.
Okay.
But I know within 30 minutes of that interview, of that debate ending, they called to be on another show over there. So I think it went pretty well.
Yeah.
I think y'all are going to see. Look, and I'll say this. Peter's a nice guy. Peter's a really nice guy. I thought he would be a little more combative, and we certainly got heated at certain points. But Peter's a nice guy. And at the end of that interview, I really kind of almost believe he believes what comes out of his mouth. I didn't before. I didn't think that before.
Keyword is almost.
Rationally, logically, I just can't believe that he believes what he says.
Yeah,
but from a person interaction with him, I think maybe he does. So we'll see. And I think on some level, what he says about Bitcoin is true. Like, Bitcoin will go to zero one day, at some point in the future of mankind.
Sure.
17,000 years from now, I don't think people will be using Bitcoin if the world's still here. So on some level, there's a truth, but it won't be in our lifetimes, I don't think. So just when a new technology comes out, or we're taken over by aliens, or the Lord comes back, whatever happens, Bitcoin will go to zero on that day. So yeah, and the other thing I was going to say was DZ did a great job yesterday. So shout out, you can go ahead and start Market Watch.
Yep.
Shout out to DZ yesterday. He did a great job hosting the show. A lot of comments, people asking, and I know people are scared today. Bitcoin's down a little bit, whatever. We'll be covering all that, be giving my thoughts and opinions there. We're almost to 1.19 million subscribers. We'll be hitting 1.2 million at this rate next week, so excited about that. We're almost to our giveaway. I think we're about 80,000 people away on all social media from hitting 5 million, so that'll be a big deal.
Maybe that might happen Friday or Monday. Probably.
This week?
Either Friday
next week, I think.
Yeah, either Friday this week or early next week, I think. Like probably Monday, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Depending on how the weekend goes.
Somebody says BitBoy versus DZ. I don't know. I could take DZ, I think, but I think he's been in probably some bar brawls, I would say, if I were to guess.
Yeah,
Maybe it's some scripper
I'd
clubs.
Probably, yeah, I'd put him up there with probably within this organization been in about as many fights as anybody.
Yeah, I would probably say so. He's big. He's 6'3", as you guys know. He's not 5'10", like he told you guys. Liar. All right, so don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We just hit 490.5 thousand. If you want to get in our contest, it's going to be over soon, but you still have time to go on Twitter and do that. Also, Caleb and Brown did pick the 3 winners of the contest. He gave me the 3 names. Let me read the names real quick, actually. He didn't give me the last names. He just gave me the first names. But they all won, I think, 2,500, 1,500, and 500. Here it is. It says the winners were Jeremy, won $2,500. Oh, they actually gave away more. They gave away $5,500 total. So $2,500 to Jeremy, $1,500 to Kelby, and $1,500 to David. So they all got free cash. So, thanks to Caleb and Brown. Thanks to everybody who signed up for that. All right, let's check out the markets. Coming in right now, 1.95 trillion. So we're back under the $2 trillion. It seems like $2 trillion is acting kind of as some resistance right now. We have the 24-hour volume is up significantly, though, $120 billion. Someone says, TJ, why does Ben say aliens instead of aliens? No. I don't know what that means. Don't say aliens.
The question is, why do you say aliens instead of aliens? But that's
what I say, aliens.
Yeah, I was pulling that for the Q&A.
Oh, for the Q&A. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Please repeat statement about scammers advertising. Yeah, if you ever see BitBoy arbitrage, that's a scam. Google allows scammers. We pay a lot of money to fight the scammers every week. So, BitBoy versus parking. Bitcoin dominance at 43.8%. I saw a video about Bitcoin dominance bouncing and getting ready to rise back up. I don't see it right now. ETH at 18.7%. And if you want to send an ETH transaction, that's going to cost you 22.5 Paraguays. So let's start looking here at what's happening on the market. We have Bitcoin at $44,888. I honestly, look, it can certainly go down from here. We could certainly go down to 42,000. Like, it can happen. But my personal opinion is what we're seeing right now is normal market activity. And this is a very important concept for you guys to understand. The institutions are here. 55%. Always like saying it's actually just 55. 55 out of the top 100 banks have crypto exposure. A lot of these funds, crypto exposure, they increased their holdings during this mini bear market. If we're about to go back down and this is a bull trap, why would they have done that? They control the market. Have no confusion on that. The whales control this market. You don't control it. I don't control it. The Bitcoin halving creates the momentum that pushes it in the directions that it goes. But the institutions and the hedge funds, they control this market right now. Now, why would they be tripling their holdings in the mini bear market if this is just a bull trap, we're going back down? This is what people don't understand. You think about like, oh, the institutions, they have iron hands. They can just hold forever. Well, they can't. They have to give return on investments to the people doing the investing.
Yep.
So in the short term, when they're putting money in during this mini bear market, it's because they're expecting the prices to go up considerably. And that's what we're going to see for sure. But once the institutions get involved and you have such high amounts of money exchanging hands and buy and sell orders, you're going to see movement like what we're seeing now. And I understand that, to me, this is at a critical make or break moment for Bitcoin. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, I don't think it is because I know it's going to make. I know it's not going to break. But for many people, where we're at right now, in between $40,000 and let's say $60,000 in this range, this is the critical potential bull trap range. Once we get above that, everyone will know it's parabolic move. But as long as we're in this range, people are still going to be fighting against that. They're going to be pointing out, why we're going to go down and things like that. And we're just not going to do that. We're going to end up going back up. But this is a pivotal moment where we don't know from the charts for sure. It's not confirmed for sure. So we know it fundamentally, and I know it from the inside why it's happening and that it is going to happen. But most people don't have that knowledge. And so they're just looking at charts, and the charts don't look great right now. But I think that it will in the future. So let's go ahead and move on. Fud busting, Ben Armstrong. I like that.
Yeah.
And I would prefer if you remove the T. We'll call it Fud busting.
Fud busting. Yeah, that is fun. And then I know people are saying refresh coin market cap, but that dynamically refreshes, right? I guess I don't know what it was showing.
Oh, it went up. It went up. The overall market cap went down, but Bitcoin went up. That's interesting. And what is the dominance at? Dominance at 44.2. So I don't know what that, somebody said about the Digibyte video. We're going to have some stuff on Digibyte for you guys. It may honestly be next weekend. We're just very backed up on videos right now. We've got so much content to put out, but Digibyte is getting some love in a video here pretty soon.
Okay, you ready for some
Yep,
Q&A?
let's do it.
All right. First question. Well, you already answered the aliens versus aliens question.
Yeah, I still don't understand the question, but okay.
Ben, I have 1 Litecoin and 1,000 XRP. Should I sell my 1 LTC or stay diversified?
If that's all that you own, I think it's okay to be diversified. If that's among other crypto holdings, I see no advantage of holding Litecoin over XRP right now. But it's always good to have some diversity, because look, what if we're all wrong and XRP loses this lawsuit and gets the death penalty? It's not going to happen, I don't think. But there's a non-zero chance. So
Pacos Gonzalez, how about VThor?
that's Paco Z Gonzalez.
Paco Z, not Paco.
No, it's Paco.
It's Pac-Man. Is that how you say Pac-Man? Pac-Man?
No, that's Spanish. Paco.
I'm just messing with you. What do you think about VThor cranking also L run all-time high? You think he's talking about Thorchain? Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm kind of confused on that.
Yeah.
Thorchain, well, what's it doing? I mean, I told you guys it would bounce back. It was down 10% today. But it is back on an upswing. I mean, look, anytime a project has a hack, there are, a lot of, make sure you put that. I definitely want that question you were looking at a second ago. I got a great answer for that. I would say that, whenever you have an exploit, people think projects are over. It's like people saying Bitcoin going to zero, but then it bounces back up. And some of the biggest gains are in that fear from the blood in the market. So I think that's what's going on. And Elrond actually had a big announcement today. Let's see here where I retweeted that. I know I retweeted it this morning. Maybe I need to refresh this. That probably is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. So this is from Benjamin Minku. I would say Minchu for a while, but I think it's Minku. Worldwide acclaimed Untold Mega Festival partners with Elrond, the best DJs in the world, unique NFT movement, Elrond payments, the Untold Festival 2021. This is kind of like Coachella in Europe, I believe. But they're going to be working with Elrond to do an NFT moment. So this is going to be some cool stuff. We're seeing a lot of innovation. You see Elrond jumping into this world. So definitely something to check out. Whoa, have we put this out? The Pluto Alliance? Do people know what the Pluto Alliance is?
I don't know.
I didn't know we were tweeting about the Pluto Alliance.
I didn't either.
I'll tell y'all this. Pluto Alliance, this is going to be the hottest thing y'all ever saw. We're going to finally get the question answered. Is Pluto a planet?
Well, I guess you're not going to.
Well, it depends on if aliens live there or not.
There you go. Q&A.
I'm a strong pro-planet Pluto guy.
Pro-Pluto planet?
Yeah.
PPP?
PPP.
Q&A, as this is my first bull run in crypto, is moving 100% of my crypto to stable coins and staking them till we hit the bear market lows. Does that sound like a viable strategy?
Absolutely. I don't think it's the optimal strategy. The optimal strategy would be waiting a little bit closer to where at the top, but it's still a pretty safe strategy. I mean, if you can 3, 4, 5x from now and then do that, that's optimal. But even holding where you're at now and letting the bear market, it's stable coins, and earning interest on that, and then waiting, that's a very viable strategy. Yes.
Okay, reckless.
But I do want to say, you take the risk of missing the top if you try to do the optimal. It's a little more risky to do the optimal strategy. So it just depends on your risk bias.
Yeah, there you go. Reckless on Twitch. Is there anything besides the halving cycle that makes you think the bull market won't go past October, November, and into next year?
Yeah, well, deflation's coming in the fall. So it's funny. I've been told, I'll tell you what I've been told, which is that I'm going to end up being almost exactly correct on everything. Now, that may mean within a month. I don't know. But almost exactly correct on my timeline that I've had for, by that point, almost 2 years. But it may have a lot more to do with the deflation than it actually has to do with the Bitcoin cycle. So we'll see what that means for the next cycle. But yeah, the deflation is the thing that will enhance that for sure. Or deflation, excuse me.
Another one from...
I want to answer, what is my favorite fruit?
Oh.
Did you see that question?
No. Go ahead.
It's
Bananas?
You, TJ. It's you.
Oh.
It's
wow.
you, TJ. Sorry.
Wow.
Want to answer that.
Isn't it? But you pound bananas like every day, right?
I do pound bananas every day. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
There you go.
Aren't you glad that I do that? Or
nah.
no? Okay.
That was
What
good,
about
though.
what's your favorite vegetable other than an eggplant?
I'm not a big vegetable person.
Yeah. Okay. Not a big eggplant guy. Got it. Okay. Go ahead.
You're not? Is that what you're saying?
This is a trick question. This is a trick question. I don't know which way to go there. I don't know. I don't think I can. Okay. Let's move on.
I got you with that one.
That was
I
good.
have. Speaking of bananas, surfing bananas 92.
How about that?
If I have 95% ETH right now, should I keep as is for the rest of this market, or would it be worth diversifying some into ADA?
You don't want 95% in one thing. I would say that's a no-brainer for me. Move into Cardano.
Yeah.
And, maybe other things as well. I would split. If you got 95% in one coin, say you need to split that between at least 2 other major coins.
Is ADA gonna stay number 3 after this bull run?
I just got a text from one of my friends.
One of the guys?
One of my boys. Old Christopher Brock. Maybe I like the little shout out there. He's a big chart guy, loves market Cipher. He says, it looks like we might have bottomed out yesterday on this dip, and then we're starting to show signs of strength with BTC according to the chart. So just wanted to throw that out. A little shout out to my boy Christopher. Go ahead.
Ben, how can FTX put their logo on MLB
I saw that.
Empires, but we can't use it?
We can. We can't use it for leverage trading. You can use FTX for spot trading, I believe.
And just know, if they're doing all this stuff, they're working on all the regulation for that to come through. So
I noticed that. I noticed that the other day. I was watching a game. The same one where I saw we had Tezos on the scoreboard at Citi Field, and then we had FTX on the umpires, logos on the umpire shirts. So
and FTX is just everywhere right
I'm short on umpires.
Ben, how do you know, or why do you have faith that your inside guy is on the up and up and not using you to spread misinformation?
Yeah, well, first of all, I have several. It's not just one person. So I have different people for different kinds of information that I'm getting. What I would say is that, look, I'd be an idiot to think that it isn't, and like that doesn't exist, and that's not something people would think. What I would say is that as long as the people that are giving me information, as long as it's proven to be correct, and as long as it aligns with my morals and values in the world of crypto, what my message, hold your Bitcoin, hold your Ethereum, don't sell. That's something we believe in here. So especially during this phase of the market. So as long as it aligns with my core beliefs, then, and I would say for the record, I certainly do not believe that is what is going on. It could be maybe a source here, maybe there would have ulterior motives. I found that in the past with a few different people that I was using with stuff. But, I would say ultimately a lot of my top people I trust a lot. So 11,000 viewers, 1,886 likes. That is one like more than the 1885 house here in Ackworth has got pretty good food.
It does.
Me and Justin and our wives went on a big date there the other night.
Fancy.
It was definitely fancy. Calamari was really great. So shout out to 1885 house. But we can at least get to 8,000. We get 8,000 likes today.
Come on.
It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Let's get it. Let's produce. Let's multiply the likes. Multiply hump day. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Make like a camel and hit that like button.
And we got Juggy TTV.
Juggy TTV. I'm a little curious what that is.
It's a dude. We've already
is it?
Over that.
Well, the Juggies were from a show, the Man Show. There were girls that jumped on trampolines.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember the Man Show. Adam Carolla and
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was allowed to do whatever he wanted.
Right.
And not be judged for it later on, the same things he judges people for now. So Jimmy Kimmel, what a douche.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. He could, for a lot of reasons, be canceled pretty easy, but he seems to get that pass.
Yeah, he does. Unbelievable.
Right. Okay. Let's do some charts.
Very curious about this Pluto Alliance. I didn't know we had that out yet.
Me too.
I will say this, guys. Pay attention to Pluto Alliance. That thing is going to be, you're going to see stuff done with NFTs that have never been done before on that. So make sure to watch out. And look, it's everybody's favorite thing, aliens. So, all right. So if we look here at the charts, looking at market Cipher, I know Crypto Face came out, said he was a little bit bearish. This is on the daily chart here. We are getting a little down into the EMA ribbon. But right now we still are in the green on the money flow, but just slightly. And what this tells me that there's a lot more upside left to go if we're just kind of hanging tight with the money flow going even. Look, and at the end, you guys have to understand, I don't really care what the charts say right now. I'll be honest with you. I don't care what the charts say. I know what's coming and I know what's happening. So since I have that knowledge and I trust and believe in that knowledge, I look at the charts from the reverse angle. I'm looking at like, okay, I know where we're going, so let's see how we get there. And that's kind of how I've been interpreting things as of late. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin. Nothing really in the charts right now to be worried about. I mean, we're still like near the top of the band of the EMA. And I wanted to show you guys this yesterday, and I didn't get the chance to because DZ, stole my shine a little bit.
It was funny to watch him struggle with TradingView worse than you do. Like trying to get it on the right chart and he's got to work on the trackpad. He's not used to the trackpad.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny.
So something I noticed on the chart yesterday is I was looking at it was look back here, and what you'll see is we had 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles. Okay. And I was looking at yesterday and I was thinking to myself, well, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we had a large pump on back here. This would have been on July 30th. Large pump, topped out. Then it wicked up a little above where it was. And then two down days. I mean, we have a very similar pattern here. We had a big move up. I mean, if you actually were to measure the wick of this candle to the top, it's pretty similar to the entire candle here. And then we had a wick up, where it topped out here, and it did have a wick above the pump, and then it dropped. We had here, this candle here didn't look really the same, but then we had another one with a large wick up and then down, and then another down candle, and then a green candle emerging the day after. And I would say, I think we're about to see something very similar to what we saw back on July 30th. Now, if you were to measure this, and if you were to say, okay, after the 4-day drop, it jumped up in that next little run, 22%. Well, where would that put us if we jumped up 22% from the bottom of yesterday's candle? That would put us at about $55,000. And a lot of people are saying that these are numbers that we could actually see. I've seen other people predicting a quick move to 54, 55,000. So I think that's what we're going to see. And I want you guys to remember in the turbulence of this market, when it looks a little toppy and it starts dropping, remember the channel that continues with the consistent message of we know where it is going. Even when it drops $3,000 or $4,000, that doesn't bother us at all. Could drop 42,000 maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's going to. I think it did probably bottom yesterday, but it could have a little more room to the downside. But we are ultimately moving up. And a lot of these people that are telling you that we are in a bull trap. And I asked, like Crypto Savvy and I, he messages me because, I make some references to some of the numbers that he has. I don't name him specifically all the time, but he said Bitcoin's going to $9,000 and all stuff. So he messaged me and he's telling me I need to warn you guys. Like I need to warn you that, and everybody knows he's quite bearish. Okay. So I do want to preface that. He's saying, I need to warn you guys because he predicted all this and he predicted we were getting this bull trap and it was going up and it's going to go down. And, I asked him though, the interesting thing that I asked him was, what's the number? Like, I want to know, what is the number that you look at and you say, okay, if it goes to this point, I can't make this bull trap argument anymore. And so he said it's based on, he didn't tell me exactly what it's based on, but it's something dynamic. So it's not like it won't be the same today as tomorrow. He says right now the number is 57K. Next week it could be 58K. So if we pierce that $57,000 to $58,000 level, even the most bearish people are no longer going to be able to live in that narrative. So that's something interesting. But he says warning, it's dropping. We're in a very typical Wyckoff zone or Wyckoff zone. I don't know if it's distribution, accumulation. I don't know which one it is. But he says we're in a very, that's where we're at. So, okay. Let's move on here. Let's see. I should have clipped Ben Armstrong explaining how to pronounce my name. Yeah, you should have. Paco Z. Gonzalez.
You still can.
Yeah, you still can. You can clip that.
Yeah.
you can give us $1,000. We'll clip it and send it to you. Thanks. I don't know. I just put an arbitrary amount.
It's a built-in feature on Twitch.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Real quick, looking at ETH. I mean, ETH, it definitely is in some sideways action right now. ETH has not been extremely volatile over the last few days. Looking at the new pool, we are heavily into the green, but we did start to kind of tick back down here. I think we'll see that go back up by the weekend. We also do have some futures contracts closing at the end of next week, I believe. So, keep that in mind. And then for the stock to flow deflection, we were making progress up, but of course we had a little bit of a pullback. So let's move on here. Let's check out the news here. Someone says we're wiking off, or off the wike off is what you're saying.
Wow.
Those are some good jokes. Marcy says, and pay attention, when Marcy speaks, everyone knows, loving the Liberty statue, red, white, and blue. Let's get America. Which, by the way, I have an important announcement as we move into this Cardano phase here.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, and I'm outing her hard right
She's going to love that.
She's not going to like this at all, but I'm going to out her. Honey, I love you, but I need to tell people in the chat because I need people to help me with this. She has a pseudonym in the chat. She's in the chat. She's chatting. But she says, because she creeps on all you ladies, if you didn't know that. She knows every lady in here. She knows where you live. She knows whether you're married or not. She knows what your financial bracket is. And she knows probably from your Instagram what you ate for lunch. And so she's creeping on y'all. But she's in here. So somebody figure out who she is. It's not Marcy.
She won't tell you her pseudonym? You don't know what it is?
No, I don't know what it is. She won't tell me.
That's funny.
Yeah, she's probably one of these guys that's like, or one of these people in here that's trolling me,
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'll start paying.
Keep an eye out. Y'all keep an eye out. Okay. And once y'all figure it out, she'll ghost it. She'll become someone else.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you've given away our only advantage is the fact that we were looking. Now she knows and we're never going to find it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go ADA.
All right, let's go ADA. According to the recent report published by CoinShares asset management firm, institutional investors lately have been more interested in ADA. What a surprise, because I've been telling you that for months. Frank Dog says he's my wife. So that's cute.
I was wondering what happened to Eddie Parrott. Today's his day.
The Parrot Show.
Yeah. Everybody loves your shirt.
Maybe my wife is Eddie Parrott.
Well, he's gone. He hasn't been around the last few days.
$1.3 million inflows from the native crypto of the Cardano blockchain have surpassed the funds invested in XRP, XLM, and DOT. Institutions keep converting cash to ADA. Now, here is the question, okay? Why are institutions jumping on Cardano? I told you they would. Why are they doing it? Well, I could give you a lot of the kind of, I don't want to say conspiracy theory because I know a lot of this stuff to be fact, and you might call it a conspiracy. But there are some reasons involving Africa specifically why some of these institutions are trying to get their hands on Cardano. But it's actually more about that. Maybe Ben's wife is actually TJ. Well, could certainly be.
No,
hey, TJ, I'm Brenda.
He's got a real wife. We've seen her.
Yeah, they've seen her. So the other thing is, though, and I was told this was correct. The main reason why the institutions are getting in on Cardano is because they missed Ethereum. And that should tell you so much about what people believe about the future of Cardano. It will be a significant player. Anyone tells you that it is not, simply does not know what they're talking about. Cardano, someone asked earlier, will it be number 3 after this bull run? Well, I don't know if it'll stay number 3 after this bull run. XRP will certainly be up there competing, I believe, with Cardano for that 3-4 spot. But if you look at the top 10, you were to tell me what the top 4 is going to look like for a considerable amount of time, it's going to be Ethereum number 1, Bitcoin number 2, Cardano and XRP going back and forth for 3 and 4. They're going to firmly establish themselves as leaders. So I definitely believe that if you look at what's going on with these institutions, you can follow the money and know that in the future, Cardano is going to be a significant player. Will it pass Ethereum? I do not know that. I can only speculate. I believe it will certainly make up ground against Ethereum. It will take market share from Ethereum. But Ethereum, it's going to be hard to pass Ethereum. But that will be a conversation in the next bull market, for sure. Cardano taking steps to make sure exchanges are Alonzo ready, so they're getting exchanges ready for the smart contracts as well. So excited about what's coming with Cardano. We got to keep it moving here. We've only got 40 minutes left. World's biggest banks are pouring billions of dollars into crypto, and I want to come back to the question that I asked you earlier. Why are they doing it? Somebody said that my wife is the $50 DZ super chat fangirl.
Is he?
I'd be so pissed if that was true.
That would be funny.
Inti Velez? No, my wife is not Inti Velez.
She sent him some T-shirts apparently to the PO box.
Who did? Oh, Inti?
Mm-hmm.
I think her real name's actually something else. I think I found her on Facebook. She comments on our stuff sometimes. Bitwife versus Marcy. I mean, that's the big battle everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to see my wife and Marcy
throw down.
Go ahead to head. I think they would tell you they support each other and they like each other.
That's what
we
they
get them in the
always
ring.
say.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So, but the question I want to ask you is the same thing I asked earlier, which is why are the banks getting into crypto? Why do you think that banks are jumping in to lose money? Do you think that banks are so powerful and have so much money that they would be jumping in at a point when they're about to lose 85% of their value? Do you think that's the case?
No.
Even if they do plan on holding through a bear market, wouldn't they better time their buys? Absolutely. If you didn't know, the banks know what's coming. Now, does Robert, your teller down there at Bank of America, know what's coming? Absolutely not.
No.
But so let's see here. Someone said, Love said to dump your ADA on September 12th. I don't think that's a good move. I don't think dumping your ADA the day the smart contract. Now, there may be a slight pullback the day of. That there could certainly be. But I don't think we'll see that with the smart contracts. I think we'll see it kind of like equivalent to a launching of a mainnet where it runs up for a while.
Because it removes one of the number one complaints against Cardano as a community. The fact that you can't, that it's all speculative. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fun.
And then you can actually go and build on it. So
they say Marcy equals Brenda. We equal Ben's wife. Okay. Sorry, I'm just loving this chat today.
Yeah, it's wild.
So the most active investors based on number of investments in blockchain companies are Barclays, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and BNB Paribas. Or Paribas. I'm not exactly sure how to say that. The investors active in the biggest funding rounds are Standard Chartered, BNY Mellon, Citigroup, UBS Group, and BNP Paribas. BNY Mellon, another financial powerhouse, already offers a crypto custodian. Who's investing the most? Standard Charter, followed by BNY Mellon and Citigroup, UBS Group, and then BNP Paribas. Such services are integral to the growth of the broader space. Storage and safety of one's asset, despite being an entirely ownable peer-to-peer asset class, remains paramount when the value of said assets is billions of dollars. Not everyone feels comfortable holding full control over their wealth, and we know that's true. That was from explained by Block Data. So there's more about this story, but you want to read that real quick?
Yeah, sure. It was just a nice chat in the Twitch chat from Surfing Bananas 92. Ben and everyone at BitBoy Crypto, y'all are inspiring. Sounds like they're from the South. Thank you for everything you do. I've been following since March 2020, and you've fueled my confidence in diving into crypto, which has significantly helped our financial stability. My family and I are going on a road trip this year, thanks in major part to the knowledge y'all drop on the daily, and I love the Hit Network daily videos.
Wow, that's powerful right there.
It's cool.
You know, you get people out there that are negative. You get haters out there, but that's the story of so many people in our community.
That's right.
And if it's not your story yet, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
If you stay here for 4 years, that will be your story. So, and I think that don't forget everybody to check out the Hit Network, by the way. You can get access to New Money Gang and Hit Network. This is our behind the scenes vlog channel. This is our money making show with Justin and Brian. If you want to see me go spend an insane amount of money on baseball equipment for my 6U baseball team with Justin and Justin, my assistant coaches, then go check out the video from yesterday.
Yeah.
We bought a $200 bat, wooden bat, just to hit them batting practice.
Hey,
we're doing it real big over there. We're gonna win the championship.
Good equipment makes a difference.
It does. We're buying them matching cleats. We got them matching Nike belts. We got them all kinds of stuff.
Especially at that age, because confidence is such a big part of it. You know, it's gonna work. You'll win.
Yeah. My drafting strategy was unparalleled. So we have the best team. If we lose, it's on the coaches. It's on the coaches for sure. So let's talk about Fidelity and crypto. Will the new office have a batting cage? No, but actually my new house in the basement, I am getting a batting cage put in the new house. That's my bell and whistle. That's my really cool thing in my house. It's going to be a batting cage.
Right. So, like it's like for some people it's a bowling alley or whatever, but the batting cage will be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. But guys, speaking of crypto, we got Bitcoin whales looking to buy the dip as $222 million worth of stable coins flows into exchanges. Now, I want to know this. Let me tell you something I've been thinking about, TJ, which is, as you guys know, if you've been watching this channel for the last few months, I get access to so many of these whale moves before they're reported on. I get access to so many of these big whale moves, moves bigger than this entire move of $222 million. I saw one the other day with $650 million. I've been thinking about maybe creating maybe tweets where we have these transfers right after they happen.
Yeah.
Kind of like whale alerts. But I don't know, I don't know if we want to do it on our BitBoy crypto.
I think we should.
Yeah, I think so. So I was thinking about getting a process for sending those moves.
Okay.
And so we can put those on Twitter. And so people see we're not making this stuff up.
Yeah.
Nobody will have this because it will literally be with probably in 5 or 10 minutes of them being done.
Perfect.
So, cool. So crypto face on crypto banter. I still know banter on ATBS. It's a time zone thing. That's all.
Yeah.
We've asked Rand to come on several times. It's a time zone thing. So
it's just, he'll do it eventually. It's just time, like you said, scheduling.
It's middle of night for him. He needs to be over on this side of the world probably to do it. So we like crypto banter. They're nice.
Yeah.
So, but the point here is we're seeing so much money flowing into exchanges. Now, when you see Bitcoin or Ethereum flowing into exchanges, that's bearish. When you see stable coins flowing into exchanges, that is bullish because that is people preparing to move from US dollar value to crypto value. So this is not totally bearish what's going on out there. I want to point that out to you guys. Now we have Fidelity biting on Bitcoin. The Boston investment firm lays the groundwork for a long-term relationship with crypto.
I love how they act like this is new. Like this has been going on for a long time. How many stories have we covered about Fidelity getting involved with crypto? Like a million, I feel like.
Well, it's a good headline.
No,
I just judge them for the clickbait, but
fair enough.
But it is true. I mean, it's like it's the opposite of China bans Bitcoin.
Right. Exactly.
You know, it's like it's always the same title.
Right.
For 6 years, Fidelity Investments has been laying the foundation for a major play in the world of crypto. They've already made a major play in crypto.
Now,
they do custodianship.
Point. That's what I'm saying.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Shout out to BitBoy. I've ignored everyone except this man, although I didn't buy a Tesla. So that's good news. Appreciate that. 2015, the Boston investment firm started to dabble in Bitcoin mining using high-power computers to produce new digital coins, an activity that continues today. It now offers custodial service to large institutional investors who want a safe place to stash their Bitcoin holdings. In March, Fidelity announced its intention to create an exchange-traded fund to give individual investors access to the volatile crypto. In this summer, Fidelity says it will add about 100 jobs, new digital assets team. Guys, adding jobs is an indicator for the future. Think about it. We saw it with Amazon. We've seen it with Walmart. We're now seeing it with Fidelity. We saw JP Morgan add a much larger division. As they're adding these jobs, this is preparation for what they believe what they believe will become a much larger industry over the next few years. And I tell you, I asked specifically some of my people, whoa.
For the new account,
alerts.
They were saying we could use walrus alerts instead of whale alerts.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. That's good.
Guy made a meme of me looking like a walrus.
Space Jason. Good job.
Yeah, I can almost bench press a walrus now, so you can get them out of here. Okay.
Well,
yeah. Listen. Well, maybe not. Walruses
are heavy. Yeah.
I'm not bench pressing.
Maybe a baby walrus.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe a baby walrus.
Yeah.
Okay. But the point here is I asked specifically about this because I'm very curious what is going to happen with the banks. Somebody says UFC match between me and Rand. We've already gone on that, right?
Yeah.
Why do people want to see that?
I don't know.
They must really hate Rand. No offense, Rand. I like you. I think you're a nice guy.
Yeah, so you could definitely do a baby walrus, only a couple, like 165 pounds.
An adult, with one hand.
Yeah, an adult, 2,200 pounds. I don't think you can bench that. Not yet.
Close. Not yet. Not yet. We may break records.
Yeah.
So the point is when you look at these people adding this, they believe to be a much bigger sector. We've been totally squirrel on this. I'm going to finish this thought this time. I asked, what are we going to see in the bear market from these banks? Will we still continue to see the same building? What I was told is we will see the same development, if not more, from banks and from these institutions in the world of crypto. The only difference will be, let's use common sense, the headlines will be negative instead. It'll be like, why is JP Morgan adding more crypto jobs? You know, everything will be bearish in the stories, but it will be what it is. So a lot of people do want me to tweet those moves. So I'm going to make sure I have clearance to do that. And as long as I have clearance to do that in a totally anonymous way, then we'll make sure that we get that done. So, all right. So let's move on here. Next story.
Oh, that's cool. Secret Lab, one of the biggest gaming chair brands out there, are including a certificate of authentication NFTs with their whole 2022 line. That's interesting.
That is very, very, very interesting. Certainly. My phone's almost dead. It's at 8%. What are we going to do if my phone goes dead?
Just go home, I guess.
Just we'll leave the show. Which, by the way, I did say, just so y'all know, if something ever happens to me and I get the disease of the pandemic, we're still doing the show.
Yeah.
We were talking about that yesterday. It's going around. A lot of people are getting it. But what I'll say is don't worry. We'll figure out a way to continue the show. I ain't missing 2 weeks of work.
No.
I can't do that.
Well, you only missed a day.
A day?
Well, yeah. Oh, you're saying, yeah, I got you.
I won't miss a day. I'll be up here hacking and wheezing for y'all. It'll only be me and TJ. TJ will be the only person I'll bring in.
Yeah.
Because he don't care.
Well, our germs are already cross-pollinated.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
We're very cross-pollinated. That sounds right. SEC versus Ripple. Defendant offers bargain in the Slack data dispute. And I have some inside info on this, but I do want to just check out real quick. I can never tell what people are saying in the chat, if it's true or not. So let me just double check and see if there's news about that. Oh, look at this. Look at this news. Wow. Look at this. SEC caught erasing relevant documents for XRP.
Whoa.
And this is from financefeeds.com. This is not even from What Big News.
Yeah, that's huge.
Wow. This is not even from a crypto place.
Nope.
The transcript is included in the most recent SEC motion in regard to the privilege between disputes. SEC has filed its opposition to Ripple's motion challenge. Let's see here. This has led Ripple's lead counsel, Matthew Solomon, to send a letter to Judge Netburn, request her help in the discovery dispute. Let's see here. Where is this news where it says this? Let's see. Delete. Our review of the metadata, if you look to, depends on how you present it. But if you go to the second document, it says on some version of it, deleted by Michael Seaman. The William Hinman deposition transcript seems to indicate that SEC tried to delete subtopics relevant to the Ripple lawsuit. On page 254, Ripple counsel Reed Fiegel claimed it was deleted and pointed the finger at SEC special counsel Michael Seaman.
Wow.
What is Seaman? Michael Seaman. Wow. If the SEC counsel suggested if he asked William Hinman if he directed Seaman to delete it, I mean, does he remember that? Of course he would remember if he said it. SEC director answered the question with, I don't recall directing him to do that. Wow. The deleted portion of the SEC document on page 96 was William Hinman's answer. Now, we don't know we haven't seen the transcript. It's sealed. Was William Hinman's answer to the question, other than the issues with respect to Ripple, can you identify any other lawyers that came to you, not seeking a no-action letter, but seeking guidance with respect to transactions in digital assets? William Hinman said you can call, maybe they did make it public. I mean, this certainly has the information. You can call 10 different law firms. They give you 10 different answers. Each has their own particular spin. It's like the white light of your speech went through a prism and came out in 10 different colors of legal advice. Wow.
Dang.
This is huge news. If the SEC has been intentionally deleting documents relevant to the case, this could go very quick. I would think. Wow.
Just shows don't trust, verify.
That's right. So back to the story from today that we were covering. The SEC versus Ripple defendant offers bargain in the Slack data dispute. Latest development in the lawsuit asserts that Slack data is being bargained. The defendants are offering the discovery of additional relevant and case-specific Slack data. However, the negotiated deal is turned down by the SEC. The reasonable offer of compromise that Ripple made to produce additional Slack messages from 9 custodians, like the SEC's proposal, focuses on more significant custodians with high Slack usage levels. Let's see. And let me tell you, this Slack information, from what I'm being told, is the key to this entire case at this point. And I want you guys to mark this down. I want you to hear this, and I want you to mark this down. No one else is telling you this. What is happening right now is all a ruse, okay? Ripple asking if they can withhold certain communications. This is all part of an elaborate cover-up, is what this is. What is going on? They are negotiating a settlement behind closed doors. What they're going to do is the SEC is going to point to marketing people within Ripple through Slack and say, see, these marketing people thought they could be marketing a security, so obviously it shows negligence on their part. Boom, here's your slap on the wrist, Ripple. Here is what you did wrong. Your company did believe on some level it could be a security what you were selling. Here is a few $1 million fine, maybe, excuse me, maybe $100 million fine. This will be the key to the case. This will be in the ruling. This data from the Slack and all of this is a ruse. Ripple is going along with this because they know that they're getting the slap on the wrist. So to expedite things, they're saying, what do you want us to do, SEC? You want us to say, you want us to propose that we want to not give you the info and then let the judge say, yeah, give them the info. That's fine. You want us to say that we want it sealed when really you want it sealed? Fine. Whatever it takes to play ball. That's how these things work. So this is going to end up being the key thing that is going to turn this. And I would actually say that probably the fact that this is picking up steam very quickly will probably get a much faster resolution to all this. So what do you think, TJ?
Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty, it just shows how slimy the SEC really is, how, all of this stuff is just for show. Like you were just saying, like it's all for perception. They're all just trying to control what everybody thinks and how it looks. And the reality is much different.
Yeah.
And it's been like this since the beginning of our government. I mean, anytime you've got centralized authorities making decisions, they do these backdoor meetings and just work it out the way that works best for them with no regard to the public. Yet masquerade as being an entity that's there to protect the little guy. It's about as sickening as you could be for an organization. It's pretty sick.
Bill Gould says, but the case ending will mean that we don't have regulatory clarity. That's the point. They don't want you to have regulatory clarity so you can continue to go after people under false pretenses.
Yeah, Stormbreaker said SEC equals slimy exchange commission.
And also, a lot of people are talking about the lawyer here, Michael Seaman from the SEC, the special counsel, who, may have been directed to delete things. It definitely looks like here that, Seaman is putting them in a sticky situation for sure. So
yeah, that always messes things up.
Every time. Ethereum liquidity crisis could see new ETH all-time high before Bitcoin. Look, I definitely believe we're seeing a new all-time high for Ethereum than Bitcoin. Look at the numbers.
Yeah, it's close.
Well, actually, I was thinking about Bitcoin at $100,000. But yeah, Bitcoin at new all-time highs.
It's like 66-ish?
64. 65. I think it was 64.9 is what a lot of people had. So 64.9. Right now, it's at 44. That's about it's pretty close, actually. But I do think we will see an Ethereum all-time high before, I think we'll see it before. So what's going on with CoinMarketCap? A lot of people are saying things are in the green. Do we have a move? 45.6, But remember the consistent message we give you on this channel. I want you guys to remember me.
Did we look at the top movers today? We had a lot of people asking about Quant, QNT.
Yeah, Quant crushing it. We own a lot of Quant, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure do.
And then AR.
Solana in the top 10.
Yeah.
Terra with another big move.
It's in the top 10 with authority. I mean,
yeah,
it's at 22 and then Uni is at 15, so it's not even really close.
Didn't we sell our Avalanche? Or did
No,
we not sell it?
We have a little.
We said we were going to sell it, and then it's pumped like 50% this week. So
Yeah.
I don't think we actually did sell it, though.
Well, I'll look.
Yeah. So we're just trying to consolidate some stuff. So, okay, let's move back onto this, though, about Ethereum. It's dog eat dog for the return to all-time highs between Bitcoin and Ethereum. The latest data suggests either liquidity shortfall intensifying, with Bitcoin up over 50% versus its lows. Altcoins have begun to reawaken, and Ether is no exception. Despite attention focused on Bitcoin reclaiming 50K, optimism over Ether remains high after its successful London hard fork deployment early this month. We know what that did. Current ETH price is closer to all-time high compared to Bitcoin. Higher demand, lower supply, ETH sell-side liquidity crisis still intensifies, while Bitcoin exchange reserve stopped its downward trend in May. So is there a place that shows?
We do still have some Avalanche.
We do?
Yeah.
How about that? Maybe let's sell it today. I was just thinking, I was like, God, we just said we were going to sell it. And then look, everything around here is a process.
Yeah.
We can't just go sell everything. Like, that's not a real thing. So, someone said they're still bussing up about the sticky situation. It was all I could do not to bust out laughing myself. I held it together pretty well.
Yeah.
Twitch family friendly show, but we definitely have some innuendos around here.
Yeah. Sure. Twitch chat is always nuts.
Okay. As Cointelegraph reported, Bloomberg Intelligence has also come out favoring ETH over BTC in a recent report forecasting a flipping of the largest crypto. Meanwhile, data continues to show a supply shock underway for Bitcoin as well. So we know that. Okay, so now there's another story here. ETH exchange reserves dropped to 2-year low. This is actually from from today, and I told you guys this, remember? We covered the story last week. It was a slightly different iteration of it. What did I say? I said, this is going to be a record that we see continually broken. ETH exchange reserves dropped to 2-year low while ETH addresses data shows several new all-time highs. We're going to keep seeing new 2-year lows. We're going to keep setting records. It's kind of like a running back who finally eclipses 2,000 yards in a season, or whatever the record is, 2,300. I can't remember exactly what it is. Like, as soon as they eclipse it, every time they run the ball, they're setting a new record. And that's kind of what we're seeing because of the ETH validator nodes pulling the supply out of the circulating supply, locking it up. We're going to see more and more of these numbers dropping. So we have 14,000 viewers. Oh, we're way short of our like numbers, but we should be able to get there.
Yeah.
We have 4,654 likes. I asked for 8K. I don't think 8K is a lot for me to ask from you.
No. Especially on today. We have 14,000 people here. It's barely more than half.
Yeah. So you guys do me a favor. If you're watching on mobile, make sure to X out of the live chat. Click the like button if you like this shirt, if you like me, if you like this face, if you like the pillows.
If you like Bitcoin, crypto.
If you love DJ. Hit the like button. Hit the dislike button if you're a loser. On your TV, your smart TV, bottom left-hand corner screen, more actions, more options. Hit react and then hit like this video. We can definitely get to 8,000 likes. We need help, though. Someone said opinion on AMP. I think AMP's going to have another huge run-up soon. That's what I will say about that. Okay, so let's move on here. We're doing pretty good on time, actually.
Yeah, we are.
Right.
Somebody in the chat was complaining about the XRP pillows. Sorry, guys. J-Chains put the pillows back today. So this morning we did a photo shoot or a video shoot with Atlanta Angels, a charity we support here for foster children. So we have to strip the whole studio down, and then we put it back together right before the live stream. And it's hard to find good help sometimes.
Hey, stripping in the studio.
Yeah.
Something I think you'd be pretty good at, TJ.
Yeah. Well, I'll just leave that. I'll leave that alone.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just me and J-Chains. I'll say that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Who had the ones? Alibaba owning NFT marketplace backed by Sichuan government. Let's see here. Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba Group Holding is opening a non-fungible token marketplace with the approval of the Sichuan provincial government. But wait a second. I thought that China banned Bitcoin. I thought they banned crypto. But the Sichuan government is now approving Alibaba Group, which A lot of you guys may not know this. Who is the CEO of Alibaba?
Well, it was Jack Ma, right?
It was.
Yeah.
Who is it now?
I have no idea.
CCP.
Oh.
CCP owns Alibaba. They make so this is a very common practice in China, just so people know, is that when you're a CEO in China, obviously there's no such thing as a public company in China or a private company, because really if the government wants to come take your business, they'll take it at any given moment. Now, they're not going to kick down your door and make, it's not going to go to news, which is all state-run media anyways. But they're not going to make the news and everybody knows it's taken over. No, they're going to pull you over to the side and they're going to say, hey, Jack, it's time to retire. Sign the papers.
Yeah.
They sign it over to the government. So Alibaba is actually owned by the government of China at this point. I don't know if there's technically a CEO in name, but it is the CCP. Chinese authorities are cracking down on private cryptos. They're enthusiastic about blockchain. Alibaba already sold 8,000 limited edition NFTs based on 2 pieces of artwork commemorating ancient art from the Dunhuang Caves. The marketplace launched this week as a new section of on Alibaba auction. We should have Justin and Deezy take a look at this over the weekend. Oh, you never moved the chat. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're almost done. Platform run by the Sichuan Blockchain Association Copyright Committee. The new copyright blockchain will issue the NFTs. Although Chinese authorities are cracking down on private cryptos, they're enthusiastic about blockchain technology by allowing Alibaba. Don't buy any of that, by the way. We know that they actually are bullish on crypto, and I've been told that, a lot of people don't know this, but, the U.S. government owns a lot of Bitcoin. I've been told China owns 4 times as much as the United States. So very, very interested to see. I would love to see those numbers. So let's see here. Chinese authorities are facilitating the integration of blockchain technology. And look, I do want to say this. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this a lot. I hope people, if you watch this channel, you know how I feel about humans, about the world, about the Chinese government. When we talk negatively about China, we're talking specifically about the Chinese Communist Party. We're talking about the Hong Kong tycoons that are all involved in the CCP. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the government control. We love the Chinese people. We love people from China for sure. So don't anyone to think that we give any hate. It's not Asian hate. It's not Chinese person hate. It's strictly towards the CCP because we want the best for those people. So, I get some comments sometimes about that. I want to be clear on that so people understand. CCP is very evil. No question about it. Platform has already listed numerous products, which will start auctions off from next month. Each auction starts at 100 yuan, while bidding requires a deposit of 500 yuan. Upon victory, buyers can view their prizes on Tencent Holdings WeChat by visiting the public account for Bit Universe. Sounds almost like the Bitverse. Is this our little dig at me? Alibaba already sold 8,000 limited edition NFTs based on 2 pieces of art. NFTs, we know what NFTs are. Okay, so that's it. We'll go and move on because we forgot to move the time, but we were already covering this story. Binance wants former Abu Dhabi global market head as Asia CEO. Now, do you think this is something we'll see? Do you think we'll see Binance continue to separate into more and more iterations of themselves? Like Binance US, Binance Asia, Binance.
I think so. We talked about this a little bit yesterday because they tapped their CFO of Binance US as an interim CEO because, they're having a really hard time replacing that role. So I think, and basically Brian Brooks' reasoning that he gave was like difference in strategic direction with the management.
Yeah.
And I think the more they break out all these different roles and locations and stuff and kind of franchises like you've talked about with Binance US, the easier it is for them to make the case that like, yeah, you're the CEO of this, but you just need to report to the, the main headquarters so we can keep everything consistent, blah, 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 blah. But basically,
it reminds me kind of a CoinTelEye.
Yeah.
And their setup with their 1099 CEO.
Right. And that's basically what it's going to be is every CEO is just a regulation figurehead fall guy for them.
Yeah.
And that's why Brian Brooks is like, look, I came in to do something good and make some progress here. If you're just going to tie my hands and make me a scapegoat, like I'm out.
Yeah. Maybe what Catherine Coley went down to as well.
Probably. That's what I'm saying. You know, and
Yeah,
now
Catherine
they just
Coley's still kind of missing. Also, someone I found out is still missing. Richard Simmons. He's been missing for a long time.
really.
Yeah. So
That's from Kiss.
no,
it's Gene Simmons.
That's Gene Simmons.
Richard Simmons. Who's
Yeah, Richard Simmons. TJ, pull it up. Richard Simmons.
Oh, the workout guy.
The workout. There he is. Richard. Who doesn't? I'm going to say this. Who doesn't love Richard Simmons? I mean, this has got to be one of the most unique humans to ever live, right? Like,
Yeah.
Pauly Shore, Richard Simmons. Does it get any better than those two?
It would be funny to see Richard Simmons, Gene Simmons mashup show.
I'll tell you what would be incredible. What would be incredible would be a Richard Simmons biopic starring Pauly Shore as Richard Simmons.
Oh gosh.
You can't tell me that you would not love to see that. So, yeah. Let's see here. All right. Someone thinks King Midas is my wife. Is that true? BitBoy versus Richard Simmons. He's in pretty good shape. Yeah. I tell you, I wouldn't put a hand on the guy. I'm just gonna say that for sure. I would not be putting hands on Richard Simmons. I know that for sure. But what I want to say about this situation here, we do have this other story we might get to here in a second. But when it comes to Binance, we've got a big story that I think we're going to run with later this week, maybe, which involves a gigantic class action lawsuit against Binance that's coming. And I've been talking with some of my researchers about it. They've been talking to a group that's going to be fronting this. There's a lot of people having problems getting money out of Binance. And, you know, I just, it's hard to know what's true. It's hard to know. I get a lot of people who say this. They say, look, I know I wasn't supposed to have a Binance account, but I have one. And now I'm kind of stuck because they're asking me to KYC to get my money out. I think the best option there, if you are in that group, is to reach out to their customer support and tell them and say, hey, you know, I can't pass KYC. I just want to withdraw my money. I think that's the way you handle that. I think that's kind of what we did at a certain time when we were having problems getting money out. I didn't reach out to nobody knew it was me. My account isn't even under a name that's, an email address that's associated with this channel. So we just reached out to customer support. We were able to get the money out. They allowed us to do that. So I think they should allow you to do that, to withdraw your money. They can't steal your money. Binance doesn't want to take your money, but some people are arguing that they do want to do that. So the more we're seeing them kind of split up into different fractions or factions, and the more that we're seeing a lot of stuff coming out about Binance US, about the leadership, the more we're seeing about a lot of that stuff, you know, it's making me a little bearish on Binance Coin specifically. I know Binance Smart Chain runs without the exchange and all that, but it's hard for me right now to be bullish on Binance with all the organized fight against them and potential real problems people are dealing with trying to get their money out. So the last story here, first mortgage lender to accept Bitcoin for mortgage payments is going to be United Wholesale Mortgage. They plan to be the first American mortgage lender to allow customer to make their mortgage payments with Bitcoin. Now, this would be interesting. It'd almost be like dollar cost averaging a little bit. You know, if every single month you're paying the same amount, in Bitcoin for your mortgage, you're going to go through a bull run where that looks like a bad idea, and maybe a bear market where it looks like a good idea. So you'll go through several of those on a 30-year mortgage. But weren't you telling me that, weren't we talking about this like maybe last year, that eventually it's going to be like 50-year mortgages?
Yeah,
what's the number?
Yeah, that's the direction they were headed with these interest rates and trying to keep payments down. And yeah.
That's all that. Gerdo Face says the Pelican Brief, brought to you by BitBoy. Look, just because I have a parrot on my shirt doesn't mean I have pelicans on my briefs.
But you might.
But I might.
Yeah. Yeah, so with the direction things are going with interest rates and talking about negative interest rates and asset prices getting out of control, there were banks talking about moving towards a 50 and even more, I think, 50-year mortgages to make it possible for people to buy a house where you're just literally in debt. Yeah, there you go, 100-year mortgages soon.
Jeez.
Basically in debt your whole life, and you have to sign up for that. in order to own a property. It's crazy.
That's what they want. They want you to be in debt your whole life.
Yep.
Yeah, really paying off that we were bullish on quant there for a while. 45.7, almost back to 47. Look, if we can hold this 45.7, I mean, we'll probably be off to the races here pretty soon. Cardano holding tough, 209. XRP holding tough, $1.15. So, don't buy into this narrative that every other day this market changes, because it doesn't. The numbers change a little bit, but the narrative stays the same. We are still bullish. We are definitely. Somebody said it's a movie, Ben. I know Julia Roberts. I know the Pelican Brief.
It's a good movie, actually.
You know what? I was very young when I saw it. I think I was in the 5th grade. It was a little over my head in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
For sure. So
it's
I
actually
see it as an adult.
Same with me, where I saw it and like I was really young and it wasn't that great. I went back and watched it later. I was like, wow, that was really good. Yeah.
In the movie, The Rock plays BitBoy. Kevin Hart plays TJ.
Yeah. They've been throwing a lot out there. They had Seth. They said in the movie, they were asking who would play who. They had Seth Rogen for you, James Franco for me. Somebody said, where were they talking about this? Mark Wahlberg plays TJ. Danny DeVito plays Ben. That's a height joke, by the way.
Yeah, that's a height joke. I'm taller than TJ, y'all. Just so y'all know. I was thinking like maybe a fit and trim. Eventually I'll be a little more fit and trim. Zach Galifianakis plays me, and then I could see maybe like a Miles Teller, but I think he's taller. Maybe the guy from War Dogs.
I'm terrible with celebrities.
The male, masseuse from War Dogs. I can see that he has the same kind of countenance that you have. I think so. They said James Franco's canceled. Is that true?
Is he?
I don't know. Oh, I think he did get in some. I think Seth Rogen distanced himself from him. I think there's a lot of allegations.
I'm not surprised.
Whoa.
But I'm just saying,
Hollywood types.
Yeah. I mean, they're just bound to get canceled eventually. When you're always pushing the envelope in that world, it's only a matter of time.
Chris Farley plays BitBoy.
That'd be good.
Be good if you could bring back from the dead. Jack Black plays BitBoy. That's pretty fun.
You get that a lot. I can see
Colin Farrell would be Ben. Jason Statham, TJ. That's a good one.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Zach Efron plays TJ.
Definitely Danny DeVito. God, y'all are so terrible. Like, look, I come here every day and I give myself to you. Every day I come here and I'm so honest and transparent and I just give you all the information. I tell you stuff that I know. And all I can get back from y'all is you look like Danny DeVito. No offense to Danny DeVito. We love Danny DeVito. We love Danny DeVito fans. But yeah, that ain't going to work. Because I'm the penguin. Be blessed. Bye-bye.